I'm also picking Shifty and Selly because I want somebody else to take home $1,000 is really what I want. That's absolutely what we need.
Well, we'll have to see because it's time for map 4 to start. $1,000 on the line and those ever important placement points. We'll see. Dandro and Tiff, does your prediction come through? Let's find out.
I really hope it doesn't, Katie, if I'm being honest with you, because I love Shifty and Selly, and if I cost them a rack, I'm going to feel real bad about it.
They're going to hit the timeline, bro. They are going to be like, it is Dandro's fault that I am $1,000 less right here.
Oh, he would, though. That's 100%.
He's a cash bandit after all.
You know what, though? Here's the thing. There are only a few players that I feel like we can't caster curse. Shifty might be one of them. Okay, that's all I'm gonna say. I think Shifty and Sally, it's like sometimes you can like safely say that things about the squad and like you don't magically, they got the shield of the voodoo of whatever we cast that stops it from affecting them. So
the pot of greed.
The pot of greed. I'm gonna draw 2 cards. Okay, here we go. Queen Shadows and teammate. They're here at this fire station. Tiff, last map, we saw them hang out at this fire station. They were kind of moving and grooving. They took on Smixy and Scummin in this area and were able to find some success. So kind of seems like this is an area that they are comfortable with and that they feel comfortable making some rotations around.
And I love that you're utilizing the word comfort for this duo because that's exactly what we need to hear for Queen Shadows. Currently in 5th place after 3 games and 24.1 points. They've already got their loadout, but we are talking about this redemption arc that Queen Shadows has been in for her competitive Warzone career. We know she's talented. She ran the gauntlet on Caldera, but has not been able to find that true form that we have been kind of come to know for Queen Shadows. But even as we say that, Ali and Huskerrs, the long-standing duo, IRL, in-game, just astronomically, the chemistry between these two is so cool. You talk about the ability to play your life. Ali has that. She solo queues ranked Warzone, and I imagine she's going to do that as soon as rank drops for Warzone or Urzikstan. But still, it's crazy, the stuff that I witnessed for her. And usually she's got a vehicle. Obviously no vehicles here, but, you know, it's fine.
Can we get a mental health check on her? Because I feel like if you're solo queuing Warzone ranked and enjoying it, there's something is not clicking, and it's got to be missing there. Maybe she's built different, and that's what I'm gonna go with because that's listen. You and I play duos, trios, and we want to rip our hair out, right? So I can't imagine relying on 2 different randoms to be able to do that. But on the other side of the map, over here at the zoo, no animals harmed in the making of this production. But I'll tell you who is harmed. It's the teams that Enkyo and Aciflex are going up against, right? You see they got a couple in the kill feed. It looked like Enkyo was finding a number of eliminations as they're just kind of chilling over here. Normally there's a buy station kind of nearby, so they could use that to get their loadout if they need. And it looks like Oakboy getting ripped apart on the other side of the map.
Definitely getting ripped apart by Adrian and Danya, trying to skirt away with their life, but just unfortunately not going to have that happen. Sean J comes through, and the disappointment, you can hear it.
I don't know if Oakboy was able to get up in time. I know it's really early. Resurgence counter is low, but that was pretty fast after Oak went down, so I'm not entirely sure if that squad is just done, if they're out already in this map number 4. We'll have to wait and see, but back on over to Merc by Skirt and Booyah. We saw them have some success in the start of map number 3, and seemingly map number 4 is going similarly. Smixy playing on this rooftop, going to take out that suppression mine, trying to come up here with Scum and maybe help out from over the top. Ram 7 in hand, looking to maybe find some players, but it's actually going to be Chloe down at the bottom, takes down Scum. And so Smixy, you got to stay up. You got to be able to play your life. Only a number of seconds left until Scum can get back into the game and be able to loot up that chest and help out as well.
There it goes, Scummin back in, and looks like she's able to grab a knock onto Sunday. So Sunday and Destroy nearby, Clocky and Prodigy nearby, and this is tough. Scummin knows that, hey, maybe this isn't the space that we want to come back to, but more chaos and plenty of other buildings, and alley, Platin in a bathroom. Sometimes you just gotta play it safe. Head to the bathroom, play off those audio cues.
That's exactly what she's doing. You kind of heard some of those footsteps. You can see Huskerrs is flying in the air, waiting to see, is this an area I want to come back to, or do I need to go somewhere else because you're about to be pushed? So a little bit of patience coming out of that squad, which we love to see. And another squad that we saw that was doing pretty well in that last game, it's Tifa Jesse and, of course, Dongy. They've come over here to the mall. We know this is a nice little hot spot. Players love to drop here in pubs, but obviously this Customs is is a little bit of a different story. You can kind of be able to find this is a little bit of a quagmire of an area, right? That sometimes you can just get stuck here and you're not able to move. Queen Shadows, though, in Juju, they're going to get taken out at the hands of Skullface.
It's probably because you said the word quagmire, you completely cursed them, and they immediately felt right after. But back to our two-time map winners, Selly and Shifty. One elimination so far for Selly, but they've got some good space on the outer edge, but gets completely taken off guard by Almond playing alongside Swish'em. So, need to keep our eyes open. The little Shifty Almond.
A little Shifty Almond. Sunday and Destroy. I feel like this is a team that we've always seen make it to the end of these maps, but haven't really been able to see them kind of do anything spectacular thus far. I gotta imagine if they're able to stay alive, they could definitely close out a map. Map 4 potentially could be the map they do it in there, towards a little bit more of the center of zone, which I do enjoy, right? When you play the center of zone, you're playing the top of these rooftops, you just have a sort of this eagle's eye across the rest of the map. So as long as you're not going to get sort of picked up from a team that kind of pushes from an angle you're not suspecting, you could find a lot of eliminations of people just flying in or kind of just maybe trying to rat it out or be a little bit sneaky, right? You can find them lurking through these buildings and be able to come out on top. So I'm going to be looking at them. I'd love to see them to start to do some things here because I think this is a really talented duo.
Got it.
They definitely are. We've talked about Sunday historically playing a lot of those mini map tournaments and really excelling in them. But jumping on to Soka and T. Tom's coming through from Soka saying that they are underneath. So T watching the staircase just from this side. You hear them sliding around like it's their life, and well, Shifts goes down.
That's one, and immediately T getting on the aggressive. Soka's come down and through. They're looking for this other duo. They want to be able to take this team out of the map. Looks like they're not going to be able to find them, though. That's 3 for T. We knew that this squad is very capable of putting up some numbers like we've seen from, you know, teams like Selly and Shifty and Almond and Swish'em. But it's just going to be, can they be able to kind of play the map correctly to get there? We know the gun skill is available. We know that these are some of the most talented Warzone players that we've seen that are in the community. But it just seems like on this map, maybe it's a little bit of a team chem issue. Maybe it's just a little bit unlucky, some COD timing. Who knows? Those are some beams from T on to Believe.
Look, they had him as the bounty, so they got the information and completely caught them off guard. The thing is, we found shifts early on with that first engagement. Saskia Cole nearby for that player's duo, and we were kind of talking more about them, and we were saying, man, that player is literally sliding around for their life. And the one thing Saskia told me about Shifts was old school movement player. They've played together daily for months, so makes sense when it turned out to be Shifts in the stairway.
Love to see it. You love that team, Ken, especially, you know, we're back here in a war zone with movement. I mentioned it earlier. Sort of with that, we've seen a lot of players have kind of been able to come online, kind of find their groove again. I can go on this whole tirade about how people, you know, learned how to correctly position and play Warzone correctly in Al Mazrah because of the lack of movement, and now they're able to build on top of it because we have movement back. But I'm not gonna, right? But just I realize that I think that's the case for some of these. But when we talk about resurgence maps, right, a lot of people are used to playing Vondel in that sort of Warzone 2 scenario where positioning really mattered. But now that we have movement and you can kind of break people's ankles left and right, this map plays is so incredibly fast. And I think that's what we're seeing for some of these squads.
I didn't even see the player Sunday shooting at, but she's grabbing some hit markers and just looking to find some eliminations throughout, only with one. But everything that you've said is completely accurate. And now people just break my camera and move around me and then make me realize that I'm bad.
Well, if I know Christmas was just a little bit ago, but I'll buy you some ankle tape as a gift, okay? Maybe that can
Perfect.
keep it from happening as nearly as much.
Thank God. What would I do without you?
Get your ankles broken, apparently. You'd be in a double brace limping around. Anyway, Sunday and Destroy, they're still sitting up here. I like this. They're taking 2 separate buildings, trying to look down. They want this mobile buy to kind of maybe be a little bit of a bait situation for them. And hopefully they can find somebody. Scummin and Smixy. Scummin going down yet again. 30 seconds on this respawn timer. Smixy gonna drop down, take use of this fire sale to be able to get the buyback. Finds just some stack of cash laying around. We'll put that in her back pocket. Say thank you very much. Very happy to find that. Scummin coming back on him.
Grabs Tempered, Scummin come in with a little bit of information saying they're about to fight and stuff, but he does fall again. So let's talk about this for a second, because just Bell to Asta, the first elimination went through at the hands of Skullface, who's playing alongside Unsymbol Queen, which is a duo that we really haven't talked too much about.
No.
They've just kind of been skirting through under the radar. And if you know anything about Skullface, he's really good at winning a lot of cash when it comes to solo YOLO, and that's kind of how a lot of people know him from. And regardless of how many times Smixy brings back Scummin, he just goes down again. But this time we found Shifty.
Okay, well, we found Shifty, but I feel like that little clip that we just watched right there probably summarizes maybe why that squad isn't higher up on the leaderboard like we expected, right? We just watched Scummin die 3 times in a row at a point where we have 40 seconds left on Resurgence, and his timer's already getting up to 40 seconds. That's there. You have to be a little bit careful when you're in sort of that zone. Smixy, though, putting that Ram 7 to use. We talked about it in that map number 1, Tiff, and obviously Smixy kind of showcasing why. You got some pretty clean iron sights on it. The thing doesn't move, and especially on a map like this, you're going to be able to find some people on rotation. Thankfully, Scummin comes on back, starts finding some eliminations in the kill feed.
I'm watching over here.
Well, I guess, you know, if the first 2 to 3 times wasn't a charm, the 4th or 5th has to work out. But Smixy's still on 5, trying to go for the ultimate high ground. Jump back up. Let's get it. The ring pool's just a little bit away from them, but Smixy has been spotted. Lucky to keep her life. Temper will be the favor here, but the head peaks are too strong with the opposing duo, and although the push comes through, it's going to be Almond, a former competitive Warzone duo of Smixy's. Be her demise, but checking in with Bredman and Lola, just outside the top 16 over here at Zoo.
I do have a suppression mine.
Ooh, a little bit of tech.
All right.
Look at brought to school.
Look at this. Like, even you being up on top of these or like here.
Oh my gosh, we talk about the shiftiest things here. I like this. This is nice.
Listen, I'm kind of about it too, right? If somebody, they're going to try and slide on in, they're going to be thinking you're holding a corner. Next thing you know, you are just on top, laser beaming them up with, of course, that WSP swarm. So trying to gain a hold of some positioning, maybe kind of catch somebody off guard. My only worry is that I guess you can kind of wait there, but you're not really getting those eliminations. And at the point now, like, yeah, sure, you can get to the later stages of these maps, but you need some eliminations to back it up, to take advantage of some of those multipliers. So hopefully they're able to find some success over there at Zoo. Kens and FIFA, we saw in that last map, there was a moment where they were over towards Harry Potter World, and they weren't able to really make it out. They kind of found that one player who was on the bridge, but then just quickly got taken out right after it. So holding the high ground here, trying to maybe catch somebody on rotation, see if there's anybody nearby. It looks like a little bit of waterworks will be how they decide to make their way in.
I was really curious where Kens and FIFA were on the leaderboard, so I went back to look, and I'm pretty sure they're outside the top 20. So needing to find themselves in the top 16 to even qualify for day 2. Now, mind you, this team has been taking chows, practicing for the kill race portion of it, but we need to get through Vondel to start with, and only FIFA having a self-res, but Ken's on 2. She's got a player in her sights, able to get that knock. Beautifully done. No full coming through. Onto Skullface. FIFA's able to clean it up.
That's a huge pickup for them to be able to take down a player like Skull, but also just kind of get some satisfaction to be able to hold here. But reminder, this is where Breadman and Lola are. So Kens and FIFA, they have to be careful. Are we about to see them fall into the trap? If they go through those doors, I'm pretty sure that's where those 2 players are. Doesn't look like it, though. They're going to maybe come out on the side, play the top of Zoo, which I do kind of like. It's a little bit of a better situation. Playing on the outside, not forcing anybody to push on into them. But it looks like they're just going to play this outside and maybe just trying to maneuver their way around.
Angelica and Robstar hitting the rotation. Semtex does connect, and she loses her shields, but still able to stay alive. Barely, but Kens and FIFA pushing in. There goes Uncivil, so that's going to be the full on to Skullface's team alongside Captain Uncivil. So still more eliminations for them, but not in the next zone just yet. But I love this rooftop play.
Yeah, I just wanted to just think about that as I'm watching them do it. Like, being able to hold that rooftop is like pretty insane. It's that slant that's going to save you, right? You can kind of be able to back on up, use that slant as high ground cover to be able to stay there. As Robstar able to take down Shifty, and Sally answers on back with the 2-piece. Later, Angelica and Robstar. We'll see you in the next one. Sally and Shifty keeping it alive. They want to go back to back. They want to be able to have 3 of these first 4 maps in their back pocket.
Look, all I know is Selly and Cash Bandit both start with C, and she is holding it down for the team. But Asta and Onkyo here just kind of waiting. They do need to rotate, but making it into kind of that 1.3x multiplayer is going to be solid. Meanwhile, we check in, and Selly's not going to be able to hold it down. They will fall, but we know they were able to grab a good bit of eliminations.
Yeah, I mean,
also, for a second here, are they talking? And no, they're... Yeah, no, they're calming in French.
I love that.
She's saying, listen, basically.
Listen, multiplayer side, we got the heretics who are yelling in Spanish at each other. I love every listen with them. I love that we're going to have some French comms here, of course, and the Sadie Hawkins is Astaflex just throwing the bullets down range. Knows there's somebody on this other side. The swarm in hand, gonna be able to go for it. That's a team wipe. Astaflex and Enkyo are doing some work here on the side. Finds another one. They take the chow. That's Lola going down. Unfortunately, Astaflex can't make it out. Ken's Rosie gonna be able to be there, but some nice pickups.
Onkyo. Oh, gotta keep an eye out. This playing on the roof has paid off for FIFA and Kens outside the top 20, but looking to jump all the way in if they can. We knew the point disparity kind of tapered off outside of the 70+ points that Shifty and Selly have, but after that, it is a floodgate that's willing to be opened, and with only 3 squads left, Kens and FIFA do have a great line of sight trying to hold it down, but FIFA gets dropped, has to self-res while Ken suppresses.
I like this. Ken's just kind of holding him over. Ken just get the tap so he keeps the self-revives. It's a 2v1v1 right now. They know where one player is. As you can see, they're playing a little bit patient, though. They don't want to focus too much on the one player they know. There you go. That's Breadman. Will get taken down. 2v1 now. FIFA killing Ken's looking to close this one on out. Zone is going to push it towards the sort of middle, right outside this bridge. So if this player was playing in the water, might be able to get caught out. You see, they're just kind of sliding around. They're looking. Somebody's in the gas right now. They want to be able to take this 2v1. High alert on the hand for Ken, so if they do kind of peek out from a different area, but they might just kind of be able to go down to gas and, well, oh, it looks like it's Enkyo is that final player, stims in hand, gonna do their best to stay alive. I don't think you're making it out of this one, brother.
Oh, God. Probably just wants to deny them the kill at this point, but who knows? We could see a heal off. We'll see how it happens. Neither FIFA or Ken's appear to have gas masks, so just trying to secure them. And well, Ken's frantically like, what is happening, bro? Because not a lot of people are playing stims. They're playing smokes.
Yeah.
He should win this.
Yeah.
Wait.
What?
I mean, oh, he actually still has more stims in hand. Wait, Enkyo might be making it happen
Stop.
here. You can see that stim,
This is for $1,000. Mind you, it doesn't matter how many eliminations you have.
Trying to get that. I mean, has 5 eliminations. Does go down. It has the self. Gonna try and go ahead. Maybe pop the self.
The building we're just on top
Let's
of.
see, it's FIFA though. I mean, I don't know how in sync these POVs are, but FIFA, he's going through, he's trying to look for it. I don't know if it's enough though. He's gonna be able to pop the self-revive and still has the 2 stims. Enkyo might be doing it. Wait!
Did FIFA find him?
No shot.
Come on, you're the fucking
They
best,
did!
though.
18 for FIFA
Yo!
and Kens! Tiff! I actually thought Enkyo was about to pull it off. But he got a little bit too antsy. Started maneuvering around. FIFA is nearby, able to gun him all down. It only took literally a bullet or 2 at the end.
Good shit.
Insane ending to map number 4.
Nice. Good fucking shit.
FIFA, the Annihilator. Even though Ken's got the treasure hunter tag at the end, we should really say FIFA had it, because let me just tell you, finding the stims, finding Onkyo, doing everything that he could to secure Ken's and FIFA $1,000 and a massive 1.5x multiplayer.